Hey guys, today I'm doing another one of my vlogs. That I'm thinking of just doing a weekly thing, like on a Sunday, where I talk about the week of, like my week of games and like films or whatever, and then like the news that's happened this week. Not turning it into too much of a hey news show, because there's like Inside Gaming Daily and all that kind of stuff that actually keep you up to date. Whereas I'll just be talking about stuff, kind of. I explained most of this last episode, but I've changed some of my thoughts. So my week in games has been like a crap ton of Minecraft. I don't know. I'm playing a load of Minecraft recently. Well, loads just single player stuff. But me and my friends also have a server, so I've been playing loads of that. Like just messing around, blowing up each other's houses, and like putting ghasts in it so they get back and they're like, oh, Peter, what the fuck? Yeah, and I've also been playing some crafting dead, like it's like Walking Dead but in Minecraft, and it's hard. And if you see anyone who isn't a zombie, they'll beat your brains in. And it's just a really good mod, but I'm not going to go into that too much. But it was pretty good. And it's kind of in the same art because Unturned, that zombie game's kind of blocky and voxely, so it's kind of just like playing Unturned but better. And then installing Minecraft mods. I hadn't really done that much before. I've done like GTA 4 mods and KSP mods. Those are all pretty simple, and yeah, actually, it is pretty easy to do Minecraft mods. But I kind of did all the dumb like 7-year-old stuff and accidentally installed a bunch of toolbars and stuff, and just kept fucking everything up. I felt like such a freaking noob, considering. Yeah, that was fun. That was mostly today, actually. And in terms of KSP, I've been playing quite a lot of Real Solar System. Just did a video. Go check that out. It'll be somewhere. Just check the channel. It saves me putting 1,000 links in the description. So yeah, I did a video on that. New update. There's like freaking awesome planet models, and it all looks proper. And they've resized every planet, and it just is all amazing. So I'm pretty obsessed with that. I also designed a fully working Saturn V and got it properly working, so it'll actually take stuff to the moon, and it's like 3 stages, and it's just awesome. And designed a space launch system, which is, well, it was in the part pack, so I literally just clicked a few things together, KSP style. So that was fun, and much easier than the Saturn V, because I had to build that myself. And yeah, that was a difficult few days. And then if you saw the last episode of Being SpaceX, that's probably coming to an end because of all the mods being terrible and broken, and especially remote tech, because I'm using a patch, so that's incredibly broken. So that's good. It's a good start. And then I also saw a video by Scott Manley today, which will be yesterday when this is uploaded, probably, about the new B9 pack. So basically, B9 has been kind of out of production for a while, the KSP mod, if you don't know, with lots of plane parts. So it's been kind of kept up to date by patches and community updates. But now someone's probably taken it over, redone everything, and instead of just putting plane parts, they have these giant spaceship parts, like these freaking futuristic engines, and like a proper, like, what is it, like a hangar where you can put your planes or ships or whatever, and then just huge parts, unbelievably massive, that would be pretty much impossible to launch. Although in fairness, my Saturn V, which is pretty much dead on real life, is 10 meters diameter. So boom, yeah, that'll be good. Anyway, yeah, also films. I'm watching quite a few films. The main two is Spider-Man 2, The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Everyone said, wow, that was terrible. It was, like, amazing. It was awesome. And the ending, I'm not going to spoil it, but mind blown. That was a good film. A lot of people were like, oh, wasn't that good? So I went into it thinking, this will be crap. And it was just awesome. And most of my friends actually think that. Like, I was talking to my friend about it, and he said, yeah, it was great. All of them did. So if you haven't seen it, watch it, and then be as awesome as I am. And just now I watched 22 Jump Street, because that was really great. Like, kind of a sequel of 21 Jump Street, taking the piss out of bad sequels. So that was amazing. And then just loads of just jokes and context jokes, and it was great. And if you don't know about 21 Jump Street, it used to be a TV series back in the 80s. And in 21 Jump Street, there were loads of references to that. Like, Johnny Depp used to be in the 21 Jump Street, so there's a bit with him in it, and there's just loads of jokes about, like, rehashing old stuff. It's great. In terms of game news, just loads. Like, Amazon buys Twitch. Everyone was like, Google is going to buy Twitch. But basically, Amazon bought it because there would be problems with Google buying it. Like, there's this thing called antitrust, I think antitrust issues law in America, which means it makes it much more difficult for a company to completely monopolize on one market. So, say an internet service provider can't provide all of it. So, like in America, there's like, I don't know all of them, but there's lots of different ones. Like in Britain, there's BT, TalkTalk. But basically, I think in America, you have just like 4 or 5 terrible companies that give you awful internet, and then Google Fiber. Yeah, bad internet situation. I have really good internet because BT fiber optic, 8 megabyte download. Boom. Yeah, crazy. Anyway, so yeah, basically Amazon bought Twitch. I think that'll be really good. I think that'll just stop Google. And so obviously Google, they already own YouTube, so they can't buy Twitch because, well, they could, but it would be difficult and they could get sued. And Twitch don't have the money to pay out of that. So yeah, they can't have the two main video streaming services because that'd be kind of robbery. And I think Amazon will do a really good job because they're quite up for the gaming market. They've kind of like pushed their way in, but not a huge amount. And like streaming, that's like Amazon's thing. So that's good. In terms of, other things, Steam got sued by Australia. Just all of them. Everyone in Australia was like, "What? Give me your money." No, it was the Australian government because Steam doesn't give refunds. Steam is good for games. I love it. But they have terrible customer service. I bought Star Wars Battlefront 2. Didn't work for shit. Nothing. You can go on the start screen, then it crashes. Paid for that. Can't get a refund. Yeah, so Steam don't give refunds. That's a direct contradiction to Australian law. So now the Australian government is suing them, which is good. So now they'll change their policies in Australia, and we'll still keep getting fucked by them. So that's good. It's nice to see that Steam, the big nice company, basically 200 people work at Valve, and they make the most money per head in their company out of everyone. They're more profitable per person than Google. It's just, oh god, Steam, just get some guys who'll refund us and stuff. God. And in other kind of, lots of news about people messing with stuff. A lot of people got DDoSed, a lot of big servers by the Lizard Squad. A bunch of just angry kids in their basements DDoSing lots of servers. Basically, a DDoS is where you basically pay someone in, say, China, where there's less regulations, to use their server to just like their servers to just send a crap ton of commands, not crap ton of requests to like someone else's server, and that crashes the server. So there's no way you can secure that. There's nothing you can do against it because you can't stop people sending requests. So yeah, they were like, I think PS4, Xbox One, I think some streams, I think some more important things. And like some of the streamers, they were saying like, "Oh, write Lizard Squad on your head," because they're so cool and just angry kids in their basements. So that's good for them. So yeah, then they were saying stuff like, "Oh, PS4, if Sony had more servers, this couldn't happen." You can't stop DDoSing because it's just overloading it with commands that you can't stop. So, and no matter how many servers you have, you can just get more servers to DDoS them. It's just a bunch of stupid kids. And they called in a bomb threat. I don't know much about it, but at some point there was a bomb threat. That's too far. I mean, sure, if you take online gaming down for a day or two, a few people are going to be angry and it's going to be kind of annoying. But yeah, and if someone writes Lizard Squad in their head, who cares? But calling a bomb threat, fuck you, get out of here. So I'm about to be DDoSed by Lizard Squad, so yeah, see you in a bit. No. In other annoying news about people screwing with people, this thing called swatting I've heard of recently, which you may have heard of too, is basically when some people hack into, say, a streamer, say, like whoever's streaming some Minecraft or something, take their details, use them to call the police, call and say, like, a bomb threat maybe, or murder, or hostage situation. This happened to, I've forgotten the name of the streamer, but you could probably just type in stream swatting or something. And anyway, this guy basically is just streaming, doing stuff. Someone's hacked in, and then he hears a bunch of noise, and he takes off his headphones. He's like, "Oh God, we've been swatted." So basically, the people who hacked into it told the police that they had a hostage situation. So obviously, the police, they had to use a bit of force. A lot of people were saying, "Oh God, my script went away." Not script, it's like notes, and that's lighting up my face a lot. Anyway, yeah, basically a lot of people who saw this video, because the stream was still on, so we recorded the cops coming in, like 3 cops came in, shotguns, assault rifles, pin him down, arrest him. And there's a funny bit where he's trying to instruct a cop on how to turn off a live stream, and the cop's like, "How do you, just, what?" And that's pretty great, but But yeah, everyone was like, "Oh, those cops are such dicks." I don't think they are. Guy said that they had hostages, so of course they're going to come in with guns, and of course they're going to be like, "Get on the fucking floor," because what if you start shooting at them? Because that'd be just awful. But it was just a bunch of people really putting other people in danger. I mean, I hear stories of police in America not being great. Crazy. But so something could have gone horribly wrong. And say that happened to someone in the house and they didn't realize it was the police. I mean, in America, I believe you're within your rights to, defend yourself. So if you don't know they're police, you start, say, shooting at them, then a lot of people die. So that's just awful that someone would do that. On to other game news. Nintendo hates you filthy casuals. Basically, what is it? I've forgotten his first name, but the head of Nintendo, something Miyamoto. I don't know his first name. It's not common in my vocabulary, But the Miyamoto guy, the head of Nintendo, apparently hates casual gamers. So, what? That's Nintendo. They have the Wii, pretty casual. The Wii U, I don't know, because no one bought it. So I guess only really hardcore gamers have that because they're like so committed. But yeah, DS casual, Game Boy casual, pretty casual games. And apparently, the Miyamoto guy said, "Oh no, people just want to flick into games and brush some candy or whatever, but they've got to be immersed in a story. They've got to break free of this casual market and be immersed in stories and be affected by these games." And it's just like, how can you say you hate casuals? That's your entire market. But that might mean that they're going to do better things than their little Wii and terrible stuff that no one buys. Although apparently the Wii is pretty good. So that was interesting. And on to space news, which is pretty much my final thing. A couple of things. Falcon 9 launch was called off. Basically, SpaceX... Last week I mentioned that SpaceX had a problem with one of their test vehicles, which does like grasshopper jumping and test reusability. So apparently, because of that problem, they called off a proper launch of the Falcon 9, just in case there was a very slight chance that the same problem was in the orbital Falcon 9, so that would have been a big problem. And it's better to call it off than just launch and be like, "Oh, I'll see what happens." But yeah, so it's evident that that was a pretty the failure. Well, last week I talked about the test vehicle failure, and it wasn't brilliantly clear what it was. So it's pretty clear now that it was pretty serious. Yeah, you can look on the SpaceX Twitter and the website for more information, because I don't know all of it, but and they haven't said a lot of stuff, but probably more than the government would say. The government would be like, "Well, nothing happened. There was never a rocket launch. What are you talking about?" But SpaceX tend to be pretty open, so it's pretty good. But yeah, I was annoying because I stayed up really late. I was just going to pull an all-nighter because the launch in my time, which was British summertime, was at 5:30 in the morning. I knew there was no way in hell I was going to be able to get up for 5:30, so I just didn't go to bed. And then at 4 o'clock they called it off, and I was like, "Oh, guess go to bed then." So that was annoying. Yeah, that's... Oh, and the other piece of space news is the New Horizons spacecraft crossed Neptune's orbit. Now, the New Horizons spacecraft is destined to go to Pluto, fly low over it, and take a bunch of pictures of the surface so we can get better pictures and know more about Pluto and have a better model in the real solar system mod. Yeah, but that'll be very interesting. But yeah, it crossed Neptune's orbit on the 25th, the exact 25th anniversary, I think 25th, of when Voyager crossed Neptune's orbit. Well, Voyager 2. So that was pretty cool, and there was lots of conferences. You can check out NASA's YouTube channel for stuff on that. But yeah, I think that concludes everything, my week of games, films, games news, and space news. Yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, drop it a like, and if you want to see more videos that well, there'll just be a couple of videos on the end plate at the end of this video, because I've started making end plates, because actual effort. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I mean, tell me if you want to hear about more things, like, I don't know, anything you think about in the comments and stuff. But yeah, this has been my week of stuff. I'll see you next time.